Hi, I'm Alex Archbold, and I've been buying and selling antiques since I was 9 years old. From basements to scrapyards, I'll look just about anywhere I can to find lost antiques and collectibles. And sometimes I'll go big and buy everything. With my wife and kids, we run an antique shop in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, filled with some of the most unique items we can find. I never know what's going to happen or who I'm going to meet. This is our life, this is our adventure, and this is Curiosity Inc.
From home, honey.
Well, good morning. Today we are checking on the acreage because apparently last night while I was out of town on an adventure buying antiques in the middle of a field with some barns, they were busy here getting the walls, I guess the basement walls poured and the cribbing and foundation all put in. So we're gonna come check it out. You guys ready to see?
Yeah.
Okay. I see like there's a guy working over there. And these forms are way taller than they were before. Well, the fact there's forms there, and yeah, look, I think there's little window holes. Are those basement windows over there? Something's going on. I guess they're still pouring their forms and getting stuff ready, but yeah, things are definitely starting to progress over here. And it's a weekend, so I guess there's not as many people working as there normally would be, but things are happening. Abigail, you've made a new friend out here though, haven't you?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Squirrely.
Squirrely. And what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go feed him.
You're gonna go feed him? Okay, Abigail's off to feed the squirrel. I have to move our lawnmower, and we'll do a little walkabout on the property.
Maybe it's cute.
Has he come to visit you yet?
No, he might be sleeping.
I can hear some chirping in one of the trees. Well, he'll come find his food soon enough. We'll come back again when they're not working and we'll check on the house. Because there's all kinds of people showing up to build our future home, and we want to let them continue on without getting in the way. Another day and more work has happened. What do you notice, guys?
It's a wall.
It is more completed. Yep, you can see where the garage... Hey, we can actually, well, it's probably a pretty steep drop there, but you can see where the garage is.
All right, let's see who can jump over.
No.
Actually, I could make it. No.
That would be not very safe. Tomorrow, they're coming to do the weeping tile. Do you know what that is, guys?
I do.
Okay, Melissa, why don't you tell us what the weeping tile is?
It's gravel.
No, it's not gravel. They have to put a protective layer down in here so that the water does not penetrate the foundation. That's how big the garage is. It still doesn't feel as big as I thought it would be, but...
That's a pretty big garage.
I know it's a big garage, but I have plans. I've got things I gotta get done.
You have grass in your garage.
I know, there's grass in my garage right now. Well, they're gonna come and fill it. But look, we can see the windows. Steven, I can see your bedroom window. Oh, he ran. No, that's Jason is running like a wild...
Gazelle.
They're all running around.
Just careful.
There's the window. Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, that's his basement window, I think. Our bedroom windows might be out that side. See, they're framed in. They just have to knock the spillage, the concrete out of the frames. But it's all really looking much better now that they got the forms out. And look, it's all reinforced at the front for where our deck's gonna be. Feels pretty real.
Yeah.
Starting to feel very real.
They're doing a good job.
I keep saying that because it feels like a dream, really. Like this whole thing just feels like a dream that's gradually coming together. It's hard to imagine this will soon be our house. But it's a nice feeling. Should leave this here and fill it with water and crocodiles, make it a moat. So nobody will get in and get to my car collection. Might be a little difficult. I'll have to Dukes of Hazzard my way out the front to get over the moat. But yeah, that's probably not practical.
You could just turn the garage door into like a drawbridge.
True, I like the way you think. We're on the same wavelength here for sure. I stepped away from the family for a bit. Melissa keeps asking, are you excited? Are you excited about the house going up? And I'm trying not to get excited right now because I guess you hope that it's just gonna go through and it's gonna happen. And right now it just feels so early on. I mean, heck, we're committed, but
I don't know. I guess I've kind of learned to get excited when, you know, you can actually move in and get things set up. Right now, to me, it feels like a task that I have to accomplish. I have to finish paying for this place and get it all done. But, you know, it does feel like a dream. It honestly feels like a dream. I'm going to come back out here again in the next day or two when they've got the septic tank and some of the other stuff. The groundwork is happening here. Reason for that, you got to get the groundwork done before the frost sets in, and that will be coming sooner than later. We're approaching October, and here in Canada, that means that the weather should be shifting here in the next week or two to winter. Hopefully not anytime soon, but it will be. And you have to be planful and make sure you get all that groundwork and stuff done first while you can. Framework, they can get that done if it's cold, if they have to. Hopefully for their sake, we'll be able to get to it while it's still reasonably warm outside. But guys, standing here, you know, with my kids playing in the background and, you know, Melissa and Abigail feeding squirrels, which is what they're doing, it is starting to feel like home. It really is. I've heard from DrewPad that they've been doing a little bit extra work, so Abigail and Melissa, who's getting in somewhere, there she is, and I are all going off to the acreage to check and see what exactly they've been up to and talk to DrewPad about what the plan is. So let's go for a ride. Melissa and Abigail are behind me feeding squirrels. They have them trained now so they'll eat out of the palm of their hands. When we first got this place, Melissa said, we will make those squirrels our pets, and she's well on her way. I, on the other hand, am here waiting for DrewPad, who should be here any moment. And I can see they've got the weeping tile in place on the foundation of the home, which is really just this protective sort of matting material. I'll get DrewPad to give us a proper explanation of what it does and everything for everybody at home. Yeah, they've got that done, and I think they've got to come and put the septic tank in around here. I think right in this area where this big hill is. So we're gonna have to do some excavation here pretty soon. Oh, here he comes now. This country life is kind of gonna suit me, I think. I already wore plaid shirts and sang country music. All I was missing was the half ton and the 3 acres of land. But there's DrewPad there. He's on his way out. We'll get the update from him, from the man himself. Melissa is here with us. Abigail's feeding squirrels. And DrewPad,
hey,
welcome back.
It's always good to be here.
I guess you've been here more than I have been.
That's how it usually goes.
Yeah, so you've been checking on things, making sure everything's good. We're pretty lucky with this weather right now, I guess.
It's all bonus weather right now, end of September, and still looking sunny. All positive.
So in terms of timelines, what are you hoping is going to happen by the end of October, let's say?
We'll be framing. You'll see a nice building going up here. We should be almost at the roof by end of October if everything goes well. That's given if the weather stays nice and supportive like
okay.
It has. Yeah.
Well, you've been totally on track with everything so far.
Yeah.
What's next though?
So today, as you can see, I don't know if you guys want to take a
let's take a walk up there.
Yeah.
I noticed that there's been some black lining.
Right.
I guess that's our weeping tile.
So it's weeping tile and waterproofing. So because this is an acreage, we don't know what kind of water table, like the water level in the ground is.
Right.
What kind of drainage we have here. So that's why we got this upgraded waterproofing done, which is not normal in our regular subdivisions. So this will ensure that there's any water that pools, you know, by the foundation, it's not going to affect the concrete. There's no moisture that's going to seep through inside the house. Right. So that's what this black little layer fabric, that's what you see here. And the difference is, like in a residential area in the city, your gutters go to the main water line, and it pushes the water away from the house.
Yeah. But here we don't have any of that infrastructure.
Exactly, and that's exactly the difference, which is why we took this extra preventive measure. Basically.
Yeah, and so this, what is this made of? Is it rubber or?
Yeah, good question.
I guess it's like a composite kind of material, but its job is to help with the insulation, but also help keep moisture and stuff out of the basement.
Basically what happens, like any water that rains or anything, it's natural seepage that goes through the soil. And on an acreage like this, it's not always that the water would go away right away. It might stay there, it might pool there for a bit.
Right.
So that's why this membrane basically prevents the moisture from affecting the concrete. That's what we're doing.
Okay, great. So it makes sure it's a nice,
Yeah.
sturdy environment. I noticed the footings and I guess the foundation here for our porch. Normally when you do a porch on like a regular house, it's probably just like some little pilings or something. Look at this industrial strength porch we're going to have.
Well, you guys have a nice big porch, so we want to make sure it's supported nicely.
Yeah, geez, it looks almost like an industrial setup here, but
Yeah.
we won't have to worry about that sagging anytime soon.
Yeah.
They will be good for a while. I noticed that they also got the windows, the concrete knocked out of the window forms.
That's right. Yeah, so we already got your basement windows prepped. As you can see, those 3 are smaller than that one there. That's, I think, one of the bedrooms we were preparing. In
That's
the
right.
basement. That's why it's a bigger one.
Okay, and what are all the metal bits of rebar, metal bits of bar coming up? What's the purpose of that?
So that's the purpose. It's called, the concrete. Now we're going to build with wood right on top of concrete. So it's going to hold, it's like a brace basically.
Like a strapping that
like
helps.
a strap, that's the word I was looking for.
There we go.
It's a strapping that holds the structure together in case of like a tornado or thunderstorm, that it's just not, your house not going to fly away.
Not like Wizard of Oz?
Exactly right.
We don't want it
So-
landing on people with stripy socks. That
Right,
would be
so
bad
that's-
news.
It's going to hold the house in place.
See, they didn't have that in Kansas. They didn't. Maybe they do now, but Dorothy's house didn't have that strapping on there. So that basically adheres the lower wood onto the concrete.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're gonna be nice and secure if there's ever some kind of crazy tornado.
Exactly.
We will all be in this basement. Hey, Melissa, if there's ever a tornado, we'll be down there watching the roof fly off the house. But, well, it's good to know that we're taking all these extra steps like the waterproofing. And it is, you know, folks at home are watching this take progress. And for us, it's just such a dream to see it happen. But, yeah, I would say we're on schedule right now, right?
Absolutely. I think we're moving as fast as we can. So.
And where is the septic tank going?
Septic tank actually, so kind of pretend like in that big pile there, about 10 feet away from the home.
Okay.
So when you're back next week on site, you'll see the septic tank being installed next week. So you'll have a proper idea.
So they're going to have to move some of that, or are they going to use some of it for backfill
Yeah,
now?
we're going to use it for backfill at the end of the week. So hopefully we can use most of it, and anything extra that's left, we're going to haul it away off site. So it'll be a clean site again.
Okay, and I had a question around the other side about sort of a white tee of ABS back there. Maybe we'll walk over there and I'll ask you what that is.
Sure.
Okay, that is what I was wondering about down there. It looks like, does that come from a sump pump inside the basement?
You got it. That's exactly where it's coming from. So we're going to connect your sump pump that's in the mechanical room.
Okay.
Into that tee. So the water can be pushed out and...
Okay, so
seepage.
it comes from that tee. Does it continue down along the foundation, or?
No, that's it. It just kind of comes out and...
Oh, okay.
It goes to the ground, yeah.
Disappears outside here. Okay. And they have to run the lines, I guess, still for the septic system and all that stuff. So
that's right.
That's yet to happen. And the well.
Yeah. So we'll have your water well connecting as well. There's going to be another tee going right beside that white one.
Okay.
Which is going to be connecting to your water well and supply water inside your home.
Okay. And those guys are coming possibly this week too?
Wednesday. That's
Wednesday.
the plan, so.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
moving.
Yeah. Summer's drilling, right?
Yeah. Summer's drilling. That's right.
Well, I guess, yeah, best to use the people who've done it before, and they did our site. Now, the other thing I was going to ask, you left grass on the inside of the garage. So is the idea that you just come back and excavate it with a smaller piece of equipment after?
No, we're not going to excavate. It's just it would have been extra excavating because we're not
Oh,
pouring
you're
it.
filling above that?
Yeah, we're just going to fill above it. And
oh, that's below where it's going to go right
that's
now.
below where it is. We're going to raise that up until that orange line you see.
Oh, I see. Okay, so this has to have material put on top.
There's going to be material on top, and then we're going to have the concrete prep work, and then 4 inches of concrete. So your concrete slab will actually be about 10 inches higher than the orange line.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what was happening there. I'm like, oh, we're going to have a grassy garage floor.
It's a green garage.
It's a
new.
green garage. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. And I guess they say that when you have a piece of land like this, you have hundreds of years of compacted soil that's undisturbed. It doesn't get much better than that in terms of compaction, right?
What I've been told, Ian, by all the people who've been on this site, you have amazing soil conditions here. So even in the future, for landscaping and everything, you guys are...
We're good to go.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Well, that's great. Well, that's good news for Melissa because she's already planning out what to do with landscaping. Yeah. And I think down the road after this is all done, we have a lot of weeds in this grass. We're going to have to hydro seed, I think, is what the solution is to try and squelch out some of the weeds there. But that's a future problem for future us. Right now, all of our all of our current problems are for you.
Yeah.
For Drupad.
And we got it all figured out, so.
With a smile like that and your work ethic, I'm not worried at all. So thanks for taking the time to walk us through the project, Drupad.
It's always a pleasure.
Okay, so we'll come back and we'll check in next week and we'll see how things went with the install of the water lines for the well and for the septic system.
Absolutely.
And yeah, then framing is all good times.
All good times.
Well, that's it for now. I'm gonna come back again and shoot some more footage here in the next couple of days when they start to get the plumbing all hooked up inside. But definitely making some good progress. So stay tuned for more episodes as this clump of dirt that we bought turns into a home. Subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, as always, bye for now.